It's called Hurricane Hits England. And I wrote this poem after the 1987 hurricane that did hit England. And I remember the night that the hurricane was happening. It was as if the voices of the old gods from Africa and the Caribbean were in the winds around Sussex. And I've named some of these gods in my poem. So for example, you've got Hurukan, the Carib god of hurricane. Oya, she's a goddess of the winds and represents sweeping change. Shango is the god of thunder and lightning. And both Oya and Shango are Yoruba gods and goddess. And they were brought over to the Caribbean. Hurricane Hits England. This poem, before I read it, it's a very bridging poem for me between England and the Caribbean, because for me it carries a sense of rebirth in which the woman is drawn closer to the landscape. Hurricane hits England. It took a hurricane to bring her closer to the landscape. Half the night she lay awake, the howling ship of the wind, its gathering rage, like some dark ancestral spectre, fearful and reassuring. Talk to me, Hurukan. Talk to me, Oya. Talk to me, Shango and Hati, my sweeping back home cousin. Tell me why you visit an English coast. What is the meaning of old tongues reaping havoc in new places? The blinding illumination, even as you short-circuit us into further darkness. What is the meaning of trees falling heavy as whales, their crusted roots, their cratered graves? Oh, why is my heart unchained? Tropical Oya of the weather, I'm aligning myself to you. I'm following the movement of your winds. I'm riding the mystery of your storm. Ah, sweet mystery, come to break the frozen lake in me, shaking the foundations of the very trees within me. Come to let me know that the earth is the earth is the earth. I wrote a book of poems inspired by my cat called The Poet Cat some time ago. And some of the poems were in the cat's voice and some were in my voice. This one is called Cat Rap. I like exploring different rhythms in my poems, especially the ones for children. And I've made a reference to T.S. Eliot's Macavity, famous cat, because he wrote a whole book, as you know, on cats. Cat Rap. Lying on the sofa all curled and meek, but in my furry fuzzy head, there's a rapping beat. Gonna rap while I'm napping and looking sweet. Gonna rap while I'm padding on the balls of my feet. Gonna rap on my head, gonna rap on my tail, gonna rap on my you-know-where. So wave your paws in the air like you just don't care. With 9 lives to spare, give me 5 right here. Well, they say that we cats are killed by curiosity, but does this moggy mind? No, I've got suavity. When I get to heaven, gonna rap it, Macavity. Gonna find it his hidden paw and clear up that mystery. Nap it up, scratch it up, the knack is free. Fur it up, purr it up, yes, that's me. The meanest cat rapper you've ever seen. #1 of the street song galaxy.